All right, can y'all hear me now? Can you hear? Can you hear me now? All right, y'all can hear me. I can hear, cause I can hear myself. All right, let's get this party. All right, y'all ready? Bow, 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 bow. Are you ready to go asking questions? Are you ready to find your truth? Are you ready to find your fortune? Are you ready to dig deep down in you? Are you ready to raise your glass? Raise your flask. Raise whatever serves your task. So get on the ship and let's start sailing. So get on the ship and let's start sailing. Get your candies. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Woo! Here we go. Welcome to the Things Network. Welcome to Sundays with Suits. Welcome to your life in the cards. My name is Suits Healy, Seth David Healy. Hope y'all are doing well. First, let's give a big prayerful intention, sending all the powerful energies we can to the leaders of the world that they step up and they help the Ukraine in whatever way possible. Let's just pray. Let's pray right now. Just to take about 3 or 4 seconds. We'll take 3 seconds because 3 times a lady. Okay, it's longer than 3, but I put 1 in for good measure. All right. So how does a healer heal? All right. How do you heal a healer? This is very, very hard because a lot of people start asking questions, right? We start asking questions. We're like, I need help. I need help. Who's going to help me, damn it? I don't know if anybody's been in a relationship before and they've heard, who's gonna listen to me? I listen to everybody, but you don't listen to me. I need you to listen to me. I need you to hear me, right? Today I'm wearing red for grounding, right? Very, very important. Again, bring out our big chunk here, right? We got our lepidolite and our garnet. I like to call this my bridge, and I want to talk about the bridge that we have to go through as healers. The bridge we have to go through as healers, we have to always start regenerating ourselves, right? We're like a worm. We get our legs cut off. What happens? It grows back. Now, how many times have you felt in your life that you've lost something, right? My wife can tell you, I feel like I've lost shit all the time. I had a cat I rescued, right? I had a cat I rescued. And y'all know I lost a cat beforehand. So it really, really just sort of shook me to my core, right? Shook me to my very core when that cat disappeared. But I was like, I'm going to go just for shits and giggles, right? Because that's the cat's name, not shit, but giggles. I'm going to go to where I found the cat, right? And I'm going to go see. And I pull up, and the cat goes, meow, 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 right? The cat had to go back to its pack. Now, that's understandable. I thought I was its pack, right? I thought I was its herd. But it had to go back to its mating partner. As healers, we sometimes have to expand. We go from one place to another, right? And some people get offended by this. They get very, very offended because if you're like, oh my God, can you believe he went there or she went there to get her stuff done? Oh, geez. Oh my goodness, can't believe it, right? But you have to try new things. We have to try and send new energies and new things. Don't be afraid to open yourself up. Let's keep it simple, stupid, right? Or let's keep it simple, sweets. All right. So I have some great cards. I feel like we're in a quantum entanglement. This is a great deck of cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So how many of y'all felt like today and yesterday and the day before yesterday you were in like this quantum entanglement where you were like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm so scared. We're going to war. Gas is going to make sure I never drive again. COVID, I thought, did that. Kept me in the house. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. We're all freaking out. We're like, COVID kept us. I feel like they want to keep us in the house. Maybe this is a big conspiracy by the government and the world so that we just sit in our, and we become like Wall-E, right? Wait, when people are sitting in chairs, watching. But I don't see how people making money. I know some people are making money. They're doing different things, and you just have to be aware. You got to have remember the internet's forever. I'm just going to tell you that internet's forever, and you don't want to do stupid shit on the internet for money. Okay, just going to say that. And you might have kids. They might have kids. Internet's forever. You've got to know your value. And as a healer, we've got to know our value. We've got to say, what is my value? If it's $175, right? If it's $200, if it's $300, we have to start pricing ourselves rightly, right? What is right? They don't talk about this in classes, right? They don't talk about this in classes. They don't talk about this in books. Because when people start putting prices on healing, then it's no longer about healing, right? It's about money. I've been there. I've done it. I have the real estate, the scars, the karmic weight of it. All right. Now, I'm not saying that you should not be charging for your services. I'm not saying that at all. I think everybody's charged for your services. I think that's a thing. But we have to be aware. We have to be aware of the situations that we are doing every day. Because if we're not aware of how we're working in the healing world, right? We're not aware. And believe it or not, paranormal investigations, healing world. You're healing a home. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, But when you go into someone's home, you're taking your energy in there too. So you have to be ready to go into that home. If you're sick, you don't go into that home. If you're tired, you don't go into that home. You don't open yourself up to shit where you're gonna have, unless you're wearing those waders, right? Because it gets deep when you're investigating. Like I said, I don't do a lot of investigations anymore because I feel like a lot of times people have taken the art of investigation and made it about hunting and made it about evidence. Evidence. It's all about evidence. It's all about this. It's about healing. Now, some people go to these old places in their history. If it's about history, fantastic, all about it. If it's not, then leave the dead alone. All right. Would you want someone to come to your house and be like, hey, you know what, man. Hello. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You get very annoyed. I have some neighbors that and they're not my neighbors. They're friends of the neighbors who like to rave their engines up. And I love, man, trust me. I remember being young. I had 310s in the back of my car in my Jeep, man. I turned that shit up Stone Cold Steve Austin style. Don't trust nobody, man. Play some G Unit too. I mean, I went boom, 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 boom. Right? I get it. But I also learned my lesson. I had a truck one time. We went out into a neighborhood, spun some tire because they had a thing, right? You might say, what does that have to do with healing? I'm going to tell you in a second. But my dad called me and said, son, did you take the truck that I gave you? You didn't have to pay for. And did you go out in a neighborhood and spend some tire? I was like, right? I was in a quantum entanglement. I've done some stupid shit in my life. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life. I mean, we all have, right? But it's all about respect. And that's what I'm saying. When you have an engine that sounds like Darth Vader on steroids, you know what that means? It means you don't do it. You turn the car off, cling. You don't know who your neighbors are. It might be somebody with a gun. I don't have a gun. Thank God. I don't have a gun. But they waken the dead. Exactly. All right. So it's all about respect. And that's what I want to talk about. Healers. How do you heal a healer? Now, I know a lot of people get intimidated by this. We get up and, wake up and, I had friends who'd be like, I want to know whether they're intuitive, right? I want to know. That just puts pressure on me. I don't want the pressure. Don't need the pressure, right? Some people are like, well, maybe I can because it'd be better to know. So I'm not getting that intuitive vibe, right? Boom, 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 boom. We've all got it, right? How many times y'all gone to an intuitive and you've been like, or a psychic, some people like to call it, boom, boom, boom. And you're like, this person's hiding shit. They're over here testing me. I hate that shit. It's like when you wake the dead and they don't want to be woken. They're like, been sleeping, I've been sleeping. Who's been enjoying their life all day long? And they're like, we have eternally, until someone goes, hello. Right? Crazy pants. Crazy pants. That's what's going on. So we're going to talk about some quantum entanglements that we have. Are y'all ready for some quantum entanglements? I wonder to hear y'all. It's been a lot of shit this weekend. We got over COVID. We're not over COVID yet, but now we have war with Russia. And if y'all don't believe that shit's gonna happen, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona I will sell you, because that shit's coming. that shit's coming like lightning bolts. It's going to go. That's when you take your big Coke out and you say, here's one for the homies. How about that for product placement, right? All right. So here we go. We ready? Quantum entanglements. All right, y'all ready? Boom. 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 So, yeah, I agree. Anne-Marie says, I think the best healers are the ones who guide you within to help light their own spark. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people will say, Anne-Marie, that's selfish, right? But just like teachers, the best teachers allow their students to teach them, right? Because then they are helping that teacher become prepared for what's coming next, right? A lot of intuitive. Now you'll have the old school, what I call the black and white. They only see the world black and white, the newspaper, right? That's all they see. And they can't. They have one way, and I used to be that way too. I was very traditional. I was like, this is the way. I was saying that before Mandalorian. But here we go, right? We are all students. Today we got a card. Look at that. Card pulled up itself. Isn't that cool? Here we go. First card of the night is a consciousness of lack. Now, I want y'all to see this because this is amazing. All right, look at this. Now, I'm going to tell you what I see here first. Okay? So the first thing I see here is I see red. Look at that. We're in red. I see a heart. And when I saw all of these things building, I saw a city. I saw a town. And I saw hills and valleys. And I see clouds. And I see smoke. But I see that this war is surrounded by love. That love ultimately is going to be the victor. There may be a lot of shit. How many of y'all been in love, right? And then you find out that what you thought was love was lust, was the desire to be loved, right? That's the hard part. People have these feelings in their body, and they get to that point in their life where they're like, I just want to be loved. Let me be loved. I need to be loved. I need your love tonight. I need it all night. I need your love tonight. I need it to the end of the road, Jack. That's where I'll be, plugging in the light. Pow, pow, right? We feel like these people have to be these lights for us, right? We don't ever take into account that maybe we are their light. That we need to be their light. We're all we want. In the great world of theater and film and TV, people ask, what does your character want? The objective, right? What is the objective? It's a great show if you have not watched it yet on NBC Peacock. It's called Endgame. It is phenomenal. It's very much like Blacklist. If you have not watched the Blacklist, also very, very good. But some really good, like, bam, what is it that you want? I have my cards, and you're not going to see them, not yet. I'm just going to tease you. Hey, yeah, right? So consciousness. So my wife saw Blue and Yellow. And Blue and Yellow, if you have not seen it, and I should have worn my blue shirt, my yellow tie, and I didn't, so I'll do that next week. But Blue and Yellow for the Ukraine. Now, here's you go. Blue for your voice, right? That's blue voice, right? Yellow for creating. So they are creating a voice. It's amazing what the flag puts out there before the flag even knows what it's saying. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, if you look down in that picture, you'll see green, and green is the heart, right? And the heart is even growing out of the heart. So you have a heart already. You have a love. You have a power, right? Lady-O, Lady-O. Here's our Lady-O. Everybody say hey to Lady-O. Let's send some Care Bear Stare energy to Lady-O. All right. So that's a great card. Look at that card again. Now, I also want you to see over here. Look at this, sons of bitches. It's a path. It's a winding path. So the path to consciousness is winding. It's not straight. The path to awareness is never straight. People be like, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. And they're like, hey. And it stops. Because they get upset. And they get mad at themselves. They're like, I understand why this person's doing this and why this person's saying this and blah, blah. My dad used to tell me, if someone's talking about you, it means they're thinking about you. Good, bad, indifferent. They're thinking about you. They're talking about you. Talent managers say this about talent. They'd be like, let me tell you something. If they're talking about you, good or bad, they're talking about you. And that allows you to get up and allows your defenders and people to say shit about you, right? Here's the thing. You don't have to engage that situation. Let them engage it for you. You can sit there and be like, are you not entertained? All right. So consciousness. All right. Another quantum entanglement that we always get into. But here's another one. Are y'all ready? Y'all tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. Go tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. Ooh-wee. Tell me when to stop. Ooh-wee. Tell me when to stop. Ooh-wee. 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 Tell me when to stop. Ooh-wee. Ah. Ooh-wee. Ah. Boom, doom, doom. We got 3 on the Sootsy Bootsy station over here on Facebook Live, and we got 7. So that's 10. Here's a card. Let's see what we got. New supportive connections. Ooh, let's talk about it. So this talks about relationships on a whole nother level for us. And what that means is we've got these relationships that are coming in, right? So let's look at it. How many times have you been in a relationship and people have invaded your consciousness? You might be like, I'm in love with a geek or a geekess, and I know I's not my type, and I'm in love with a geek or geekess, but you know that they're not my type usually. But I'm expanding my way of thinking because after COVID, the world is very different. Hello, Amber Bloom. All right. So consciousness. So we got more yellow. We got more blue. Geek. All right. And so we got a person, and we don't see the person holding the brush. How many times have you had a person come into your life and they have the brush, but they give you the brush, right? They have a brush, but they give you a brush. And they step back. They get on their horse. They let they work with their dragon, right? And they let you harvest that pearl. They let you go to the depths of your understanding of life in general, and you go down deep. You go way down deep to Lemuria. There we go. Bam! Let's go. Let's just open the Lemurian book. Ready? So we'll go down. Boom. Gracious receptivity. Gratitude. Being thankful, receptivity, giving without expectation, because what is that Linda Healy saying? Well, she got it from the Bible, so it's not really a Linda Healy saying. Don't let expectations of people, places, or things ruin your happiness. How worthiness and self-love can affect your capacity to receive and to give without depletion. Overflow over obligation, thriving over surviving, gifting economies. Now let's talk about gifting economies. Look at this. Boom. Right? Well, look at that. This happens with teachers. And teachers sometimes do not know how to back away. They don't. Because you are a paycheck. I've talked about it before, but talk about it again. All right? People have to know when to step away. Right? In this time of inflation and all these other things going on in the world, money's money. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Right? So we have to learn about gracious receptivity. You know, a lot of people will put on their Venmos and stuff, but I haven't done that yet. I'm going to probably do that in a couple of weeks, just so I can like buy some more cards and all that kind of stuff. Because people want to give back to the content creators. They want to give back to the people, and they don't know how. And, you know, when you have $1 here and $1 there, it builds up. It goes boom, 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 boom. It's when you get to the hundreds and $200 that people, I feel like it's taking advantage of people, or the $50 or $75 or whatever, or like in YouTube they have the super chats and all that. I think that's a lot of bullshit. If you have fans, you have people, and they want to talk, let them talk. They want to support you, let them support you, and recognize them. But some people don't want to be recognized. I one of the greatest things I ever learned was, and this is about healers too, and healing. The healer will say, "Oh, tell your friends," right? Tell your friends, right? But the worker will be like, "I'm so glad I helped." And the worker works. The worker worked. When you have to tell people in this world that you need more clientele, that's a fucking problem, ladies and gentlemen. I have been there. I have done it. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. I had an experiment. I'm going to tell you about my experiment. Y'all ready for my experiment? Y'all ready? I'm going to tell you about my experiment. So I took a break, right? I took a break from the job that I was in, right? I'm going to give y'all a stone. Let y'all imagine this stone right here being thrown down your throat. Okay? I want you to imagine. That's a big stone, right? That's a huge stone, right? I was choking on this bitch for a long time. Okay? See a big stone? Look at this. I was choking on it. Right? And then I had a Heimlich maneuver by the universe. Someone, pooh, pooh, that motherfucker went, pew, consciousness and people. Right? Consciousness and people. Right? I was like, oh, tell your friends. And I'll tell people about this. I'll say, hey, tell your friends, your fellows, your countrymen, but that's a little different. Right? That's not different. I'm not, you're not paying me. Right? A worker works. Right? A worker does what he or she is called to do. Watching a great show today called Making Fun on Netflix. It's about this guy who's a master inventor of stuff. He just creates stuff for kids. Like today was like a dinosaur that eats tacos, and the tacos fall into a shitter. I'm not kidding, y'all. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I don't know why, but we need that in the universe right now. We need that, right? We have enough healers. We need workers, ladies and gentlemen. We have enough healers. We need workers. We need people who are going to show up, do the job, and when it's done, walk out the door, right? That's what we need, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need. We need the consciousness of the people to feel like not obligated. Oh, if I heal you, first off, if anyone says that, right? Okay. If I heal you, right? That's the first problem. I didn't heal you. I showed you. I walked you through the steps. I'll tell you a call center terminology. I walked you through the steps, right? While positive positioning, how you can get out of the shit show that you have put yourself in, right? It's a lot easier for me to say it. I'm not in that shit show. I might have been something very similar, but I'm not in that shit show. The people, right? We don't see the brush. We don't see his brush, right? Now, is he admiring, right? Here's the question. Now, it might be a little sexist, but let's just ask it. Y'all ready? Here we go. Here's the question. See this? Who's the teacher and who's the student? Who's the teacher and who's the student? When you have to ask yourself that question, that means A, the artwork is amazing, right? Means it's amazing because these cards are made to poof open the mind, ladies and gentlemen. Made to open the mind. So with that note, we're going to open up our relationship cards. All right. Here we go. Ready? I just love these cards so much. Ooh, freedom. The energy of freedom supports our senses of limitless possibility and potential boundless expression and bold exploration. Now look at this card right here. Tell me what y'all see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. I see the number 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. I see Trinity. I see 3 times a lady. Well, this happened twice. Ready? Ooh, we got another one. Intimacy. Now, here's something with the healer, right? Or the worker and the client. The experience is always intimate. Now, this is very concerning. I need to tell y'all this very, 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 you need to hear this because it's important. All right. If y'all don't listen to anything else Suitsy Bootsy says, all right. Hold on, I gotta open this. This book's calling to me. Whoom. This is a great card deck too, the Psychic Tarot. But it called to me, so I need to open it. Rest and rejuvenate. All right. This card implies that a period of rest and meditation, rejuvenation, and recuperation is in order. I think somebody here knows that. It usually comes forward when you're encountering or coming out of a particularly emotional or mentally taxing experience. Yeah, that's the thing. The number 4 in numerology means foundation. Creative collective. If y'all don't know about when I was teaching, my thing was called the foundation, the creative foundation. The CF. So that's cool. So this is a time to heal. Wow. Come on, sons of bitches. Look at this. This is time to heal, to be with your soul, and to continue moving steadily forward. Isn't that great? Allowing space just for your reflection is both needed and long overdue. Reposing and taking moments for yourself will give you the opportunity to look at a problem or situation instead of being in it. Reposing, I'm going to say repositioning as well. Not just reposing, but repositioning. And taking moments. Learn how to take those moments, right? Because you don't want to be the student. You can still breathe and you can still function, but you're like, it's like you got the pneumonia, not pneumonia, but the pneumonia, the new age pneumonia. All right, y'all all had it. We've all had it. So reposing and taking and taking moments for yourself will give you the opportunity to look at a problem or situation instead of being in it. So looking at it instead of being in it, right? It's a bitch when you're choking on this thing right here, let me tell you, and you have to figure out a way to cough it up, right? How do you do that? Well, I'm going to tell you the story that I was going to tell you earlier. So when I found myself no longer employed where I was employed, right? And thankful for my wife because she let me sit on my ass for a long time. I was like, I had some friends out in Hollywood. And I have some other friends, who I can put out and I can, offer to do readings and stuff. And, you know, you get this wishful thinking, right? You're not coming from the place that you need to be coming from. All right. You're coming from fear. Oh my God! I went from making $137 4 times a day to 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 not making any, and I got a son on the way, and I'm freaking out, and I'm oh my God, oh my God, ah! Right? And you're freaking out. My wife probably gonna kill me for saying this, but it's the truth. I was freaking out, right? So I was like, oh my God, this is karma at the worst, right? I did all these readings. I made all this money, right? Don't have shit to show for it except for, for some cool tools and stuff. I made some relationships. But really, this snake right here needed to shed its skin. We go back to the people. Which one is the teacher? Which one is the student? Right? And we find that as we go into this positioning, right? I had to put it all on the table. I said, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to give readings for free. Very scary situation, right? At first, I did it out of fear. Then I did it out of obligation to the universe. It's like the universe just pissed at me. That's what it is. That's what it is. Maybe I charged too much. Maybe I did this. Maybe I did that. And now I'm getting punished. All right, so hold on. Josh, when we get right to you. So I was freaking out. But I didn't realize I had this. I had my freedom. I didn't realize that there was more love coming into my life than you could shake a stick at. I had no idea. I had no idea that, look at that, I had to surrender. Trust, letting go of control, free flow, receptivity, yin energy, inner knowing, intuition, synchronistic opportunities. I mean, come on, sons of bitches, you can't make this up. Getting out of your way, the path of least resistance, allowing. My wife always says you have two paths, right? Allowing who you naturally are to flourish. Surrendering, I'm just going to read this because I feel like it's important. Surrendering can be one of the hardest things to do. Trusting that we can achieve more by losing our control can take great courage. Sometimes the most constructive way forward is to stop forcing things into being. Rather than allowing, inviting, and drawing a project into being, the energy here is a frustration, as if you are pushing something heavy up a mountain, right? Very Greek here, very, very Greek. At these times, gravity or flow doesn't seem to be on your side. And that's how I felt at the time. I felt nothing was on my side. I felt like I had to answer to the universe. I felt like I was on trial. I felt like Don Quixote and Man of La Mancha, right? Use the awareness as a guide when you start to detour from your path. Opening the consciousness, using your awareness, saying, hey. And then finally, I realized, like I said, I was free. I was free to do it my way. I was free no longer to consider myself the healer, but the worker. I went to a school called St. Joseph Catholic High School, and my father's name was John Joseph, right? My son's name is John Joseph, right? Joseph, worker, patron saint of the worker, right? And I feel like that we as intuitives, as holistic workers, right? And sometimes we have to say healers. Like I was talking to my wife about this not too long ago. If I call myself an intuitive, people look like. If I say psychic, they're like, ooh, either like, ooh, yay, or ooh, no, right? So you just have to be very familiar. I don't know where my surrender went. Okay, well, we'll go back to it. We'll go to our ancient future. How about that? Wisdom from the indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering, bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up, timeless power, symbols, activation for powerful shifts. And ladies and gentlemen, we have that going on right now. Big major shifts are happening, right? Some more quantum entanglements. So anyway, I felt like I was, you know, you have to justify things to yourself. As a holistic worker, you have to justify yourself. And I didn't realize, and no one might have not told you this, but a snake, when it tries to peel its skin, right, to shed its skin, has to find a sharp surface to help him or her go, right? It probably could be very dangerous if it was like, say, it was a short, cut glass, right? Who's not to say that when they're going, right, that they don't pierce their skin? It's a risk. With transformation comes risk. If there's no risk in your game, it's not going to be a fun game, right? If you're not learning, then you're just turning, right? You're like a pig on a spike. So if you're not learning, what are you doing? Turning. All right, ready for another one? Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got another consciousness, and we got the dark thoughts. Now, I want you to see this card here, and I want you to understand that this is going to be talking a little bit probably about Zeus energy, right? And puzzle energy. All right. Now, how many of y'all are afraid of, hello, Linda Jude? Or is it Judd? Is it Judd? It's Judd. I apologize. How many of us have been falling into our own shadows of late? How many of us have been feeling the fear? How many of us have been feeling like, I'm never gonna be what I was meant to be, so I'm gonna cry on this rock here, because I'm never gonna have it, never gonna get it, I'm just gonna be a knot on a log here, you see. I'm just gonna not be me. And that's where I will be. We've all played that sad song, right? Right? But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna look at the conflict and defeat. I don't know why this just opened up, so here we go. The number 5 mental card represents significant learning and change, and how you handle yourself at this time is vital to your overall well-being. So as you sit on your rock singing your songs, as we all do it, we all get there and we're like, or we're all spitting out the rock, right? We're all doing it, right? We've all been there. This card could relate to a lack of sensitivity. I think we've all experienced that recently. You're not sensitive to my situation. I need you to be sensitive to my situation. If you're not sensitive, then I don't know what you... All right. Well, Joshua, you got to give up. You got to give up. I can say it. You got to give up. You got to. If you don't give up, then guess what's going to happen? You're eventually going to say how to heal a healer. Right? Why did my Wi-Fi just go? Can y'all still hear me and see me and feel me? Did Facebook just take me off the air? Okay. That's weird. Why did my Wi-Fi... Signals from beyond coming in. All right. This card could relate to lack of sensitivity, like internet being sensitive, taking action or in response to conditions or situations around you. The need for sensitivity to relate to you or someone else in your life, even though a battle can be won. It's important to evaluate the cost and pain to both parties. We have to learn how to evaluate pain. My friends say, until you've given childbirth, which you never will, you will not know pain. Just saying. When you're evaluating people's pain, right? Unless you have been there, right? I have a good friend. I tell the story when I'm teaching, acting, and stuff, and I say, I want you to imagine that you have a friend that's dying, right? I want you to imagine you have a friend that's dying. Now, I want you to also imagine that this friend you haven't talked to in, say, 15 years, right? And like there was a part of your life where you were very close to this person, very, very close, and then something happened, right? Some conflict, some debate, right? But you know that this person is a good person. It's a great person, right? But for something that happened in y'all's relationship, went wipe the hands of it, right? But now you're sitting at the table and you get a call. They say, hey, so-and-so's in the hospital. He or she's probably not going to make it. And then all this stuff starts rushing into your brain, these dark thoughts. Your consciousness gets all confused and you're like, no! Because you have all this regret and it starts building up like bum, 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 bum. And you're like, oh shit. Oh shit. But that's when this happens. Professional assistance. When you are in a dark place, you don't have to call a psychiatrist or a therapist or whatever. Professional assistance can come from the pros, people who have been there. Maybe not the exact path, but really close to it, right? When dealing with death or when dealing with regret and resentments and everything, I want you to see here the connective here. I want you to see this, right? Look at these two cards. Which one is the professional assistance? Which one? Again, we all come in different shapes and sizes and colors and knowledge bases, right? And the light is going to come and hit you in the face hard, just like Saul. Saul's on his way to persecute Jesus Christ, right? Persecute the Christians, persecute. And then a blast of light hits him in the face. Boom! Why do you persecute me so? And then Saul, snake, right? Look, snake, snake, transforms into Paul. Look at this, professional assistance. Pow! Light hits you in the face. Boom! Art in the back. Got lots of light. Boom! No matter what, we have the consciousness here. The dark conscious, but look at the end. Light. Boom. Right? Look at this. Light. Bumblebee light. As someone said earlier. Boom. Freedom. So all these things, light. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not always the train. Sometimes it's the other side, and we got to pull ourselves over, and we got to pull ourselves out. You know, I talk about that scene in Wonder Woman, right? That man, Virginia, I'm gonna have to remember this woman's name. The director, not Kathleen Kennedy. That's not her name. That's Star Wars. Damn it, the hell! The director fought for that scene, right? Fought for it. When we don't see Wonder Woman in her armor at all, and then all of a sudden, and you hear this badass music, and it goes, and she goes, right? She was normal. She was normal. She did not show that she was someone from Themyscira, right? But the light hits, explosion and war, boom, the call, boom, the call. Every great hero, what? Has an unusual birth, has a calling, and has a showing. Thank you, Cleta Ellington, for teaching me that at St. Joseph Catholic High School, right? And a hero is never afraid to cry. That's how you know a hero or a heroine, because of their consciousness. This person here is hurting, just like so many people in the Ukraine are hurting, People in the world are hurting. We've carved out our heart. No, Joshua, not Linda Carter. No, the director of Wonder Woman. I can't think of her damn name. She's an Oscar winner. Okay. Look at this. Present power. Look at this. Look at this. This card's coming up a lot. So this tells me that someone probably is going to have the spiritual guidance of William Blake. William Blake, Tiger, Burning Bright in this night. I can't remember the whole thing. Right? But look at this. Boom. You have tiger and you have lion. Right? Creator. Creator and us. Because we're not God. We're not God. But we're in the image of God, in his likeness. Right? And that's not just Christianity. That's the whole damn biblical world. The whole faith transactional world. That's what it is. Made in our image and likeness. Look at the Greeks. You don't think they said, hey, we have to make sure they look like us a little bit, maybe a little bit stronger, bigger, powerful. Right? Egyptians did a little something different. They gave them the body of a human being, but they gave them the head of a beast. Patty Jenkins. There we go. Patty Jenkins, right? She also did the was it Hurt Locker? Is that right? Linda, was it Hurt Locker that she did? It's so damn good movie. And I hear she's doing the Star Wars. So that may be something coming up too. All right. Again, look at this. Light. So we got all this light coming in. So let's just do it. You know what we're going to do? Who needs a Reiki bear hug tonight? Who needs a Reiki bear hug? All right. So I want y'all to all imagine we're going to get in a circle right now. We're getting a circle in our spiritual foundation and our creative collective. Right? So I want you all to just sit there in your mind, in your body, in your soul. And I want the light of this world. We have moonlight right now. So we're going to call the moonlight to come into our lives. And the moonlight's going to reflect onto the oceans and the depths that is us. Right? And it's going to shoot back up to the stars. And the stars will say, ooh, so beautiful. And the stars are going to shoot down their light. So we're going to have moon and we're going to have celestial. Right? Creator and created. We're going to hold on tight. We're going to grab each other's hands. Right? Right? When y'all hear that, I want you to feel like someone's grabbing your hand. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're all grabbing hands. All right? All right. Don't worry if you have sweaty hands. It's okay. In spirit, we can't feel sweaty hands. We can't feel calloused hands. We just feel the light. We just feel the light. Now, I want you to go back to that acting exercise that I told you about where you get a call that your friend is in the hospital. And you've had a challenging time with this person, but you still consider them a friend. I want you to take all that anger and that rage and resentment that you're going to feel that you probably should have called that person, right? And I want you to put it in your hands. Put it in your hands. Okay? Now, this is going to be a little scary, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to call Python in. We're going to call Python in and Anaconda in. Right? Don't worry, it's not going to get too close to us. I don't like snakes either. Okay? But Python is going to start wrapping around us in a spiritual light. Right? We're all going to start coming together closer. Our bodies are going to almost feel like they're so tight. Y'all know y'all been in those tight positions. I know some people are claustrophobic, so I apologize. But it's okay because we're in our spiritual surface. So we're here, right? We're here. And we've got if you have a stone or something that you love, I want you to imagine that. And I want you to throw it out in the middle of our circle, right? So you know how there's stones in the ancient times that were built on top of each other to represent something that someone's honoring, someone's past, right? So we're going to throw. I'm going to throw my first one. You ready? Here we go. Boom. All right. It's thrown out there, right? And then I'm going to ask for my big citrine, right? Let's look at this. My big citrine, right? You see this? We put this out here in the middle for all of you. This abundance, right? So we got this. We got this from a good friend, Michael Story, right? Put that big thing out there, right? And I'm going to bring some pyrite into that circle as well, right? So we're going to have it like this. Okay? So I want you to look, and as you can see, look into the skull. You see into the skull. The skull looks into you, right? And all that pain, that anger that you have, all that resentment, all that rage, all these things that you have in your body, in your mind, in your soul, that python is going to squeeze them out. That anaconda is going to squeeze them out, right? It's going to be like a grape. You know, when you have the grape and you're a kid, you smash that grape and you smash it and the gooey stuff comes out, but you still have the shell. You still have yourself, but we're releasing all of that shit. We're releasing all of it, right? We're releasing all of it. And abundance is going to suck it up. The anaconda is going to come out in the middle of it, right? Anaconda is going to come out in the middle of it, right? It's going to slide. Ooh, someone went through somebody's feet. Did y'all feel that? Did y'all feel that go through somebody's feet? I felt it, right? So now that we've got all that shit out, it's going to come in. It's going to wrap itself around. It's going to take it away. And now, what's in the box? Woo! What's in the box? Woo! What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Here we go. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for what's in the box? Here we go now. What's in the box? Here we go now. What's in the box? Here we go now. So raise your glass, raise your flask, raise whatever serves your task. We got some wine right now. Let's pass it around. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get it down now. Ooh, ba-da, ha-da-da, ooh, yeah. Ha-da-da, ooh, yeah. Ha-da-da, ha-da-da, ooh, ooh, da-da, da-da, ooh, yeah. Ha-da-da, ooh, yeah. What's in the box? Boom, some Chinese fortune. Y'all ready? And look at this. Look at the first card, y'all. Friendship. So what that tells me is the friendships that y'all have had, right, out there that you you feel like, oh my God, I wish I could fix. Oh my God, I wish I could fix. Oh my God, I wish I could fix. You fixed it. You fixed it. You energetically fixed it. Now, hey, energetically, in real world, two different things. But guess what? Your karma bullshit ain't going to come back in the past life and be like, hey, you know what? Just because you were a bitch then, you're a bitch now, you have to deal with it, right? No, we've taken that, and now we're raising our glasses and we're raising our flasks, and we're making a marriage, right? So what they're telling me, there's a marriage of ideas that are coming in. They're coming into us, right? They're coming into us. The waves of change are flowing in. We have this marriage, and it's going to bring us a paradise, right? And what's that? What is that? That's a red fence. Isn't that beautiful red fence? Because we have learned how to forgive ourselves. This is important. And transformation, we have to learn. You have to learn how to forgive yourself, right? That's how people professionally assist other people. Professionally usually means you get paid for it, Okay. Now, some people are like, no, I'm just going to do it. I can't tell you how many people I'm like, and this is what people don't get. Look at this. Look at this card. Fucking, are y'all serious? Abundance. Look at that. That is some crazy shit right there. You know what? This is amazing, and I'm just gonna say it right now. I feel like some good shit's about to happen. I really do. I think I'm gonna have some good shit happen to me. I think there's some good shit's gonna happen to y'all. So, because that is our destiny. Because we're no longer in the darkness, but we are in the light of the sun. Yellow light, right? And look at that. No more cars that were just out there like that. Isn't that cool? But friendships are important. Friendships are important. Right? Friendships are important. We have to learn how to enjoy our freedom. Right? We have to learn how to enjoy our freedom. Now, I want y'all to look at this. I want y'all to see here. Y'all see that there's some green and some reds and some yellows here. All right. Now, with that greens, those yellows, and those reds, you've got to learn how to work with the heart. Right? And the heart, you've got to learn how to ground. Right? You've got to learn how to ground that heart. Right? I don't mean ground it to a pulp. I don't mean boom. Oh, what? Something just fell. I'm sorry, I'm cussing like a sailor, but I felt like today was a cussing like a sailor day. Y'all know what I mean? You ever had that day where you just like, I'm gonna cuss like a sailor. YMCA. I'm gonna cuss like a sailor. No, okay. Maybe not. Maybe just me. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But we're gonna open the indigenous wisdom, because what's in the box? With all things and in all things, we are relatives. Look at that. Friendship, Sioux proverb. Look at that. With all things and in all things, we are relatives. We are friends. We are love. We are happiness. We are joy. We are together. Right? The success, again, abundance. Look at this. Look, and we got some eagle here, right? I'll tell you something I really want. My birthday's coming up, April 6th. Be 40 years old. 40 years old. And that's when I'm put my Venmo up, because I think I'm 40. I can do that. I'm a grown ass man. So everybody else is doing it. So I'm going to do it. The success of my journey depended on whether my heart walked forward toward my people instead of backward away from the sun. And that's from the 7 Paths, changing one's way of walking in the world, from the Anazi Foundation. Right? I want you to look at that picture. This is what a lot of people don't realize with art and books. Right? What you don't realize. Oh, I want to give a big shout out to Vans Comics as well. Vans Comics here in Mississippi. Big shout out to them. They're so cool. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, not been able to go out there and get my comics. And Vans mails me my comics, ladies and gentlemen. Baby. Joshua Dixon just called me, bitch, you a baby. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Right? I'm so excited, y'all, about my wife sending me to WrestleMania for my birthday. I'm so excited about it, I can't tell you. I'm trying to get Virginia to wear a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if y'all send enough Stone Cold Steve Austin shirts to her, she'll have to wear it. Right? I think that's a good idea. Right? Don't y'all think that's a good idea? I think it's a great idea. Right? Right? As I say that, here's something on love. Love is something you and I must have. Yes, it is. You and I must have love and friendship, right? And freedom. We must have it because our spirit feeds upon it. We must have it because without it, we become weak and faint. If we become weak and faint, guess what happens? We fall. But Jesus fell, right? Jesus fell, but Jesus got back up, right? In his human form, he got back up. How many times have we fallen on the ground, right? We've fallen on the ground, right? But this is what we do. Look at this great picture. This is what we do, right? I have this picture right here, this bronze thing. This right here, this tells us something. We may fall, but someone's going to pick us up. They're going to pick us up, and we're going to start dancing. They're going to say, hey, get your ass up. I had a good friend named Julie. And I was depressed, and I was angry at myself. I was mad at the world. I was angry, mad, angry at the world. And when I was younger, and those chairs that used to flip out in the 90s and 80s that were beds, right? Y'all don't remember, right? And I was sitting there, and Julie was a beautiful glass. My dad called her like a tall glass of water, right? And she walked in that house. I'll never forget it. And Julie said, "Get your ass up. You're taking me to a movie." Nothing a nerd likes more than a beautiful woman telling you to get up and do something, right? Now, she probably never in a million years realized that point right then and there was a point that I could have gone woof or woof, and I went woof, right? Because she knew I was at a point. She knew. Just like Virginia knew I was in a depression point in my life. I was so sad. I was so like, oh my God, my life it sucks so bad, right? I was sitting there, I was just watching my BritBox TV and my Acorn TV. If you don't have BritBox and Acorn, make sure you get them. The great stations on Amazon. And I was sitting there, and Virginia just says, "Enjoy work." That's all she says. That's all she says. Now, she probably doesn't remember this, but that's all she said, right? Because Virginia is intuitive and knows how to manifest shit, right? Now, I want you to look at this card, right? I want you to look at it. I want you to see it. Because we as healers, we as workers, and I'm going to have to break myself a bit too, right? I'm going to break myself a bit too, because I'm not healing you. You're healing yourself. Love heals you. Strength heals you. Knowledge of your situation heals you. Your creator heals you. Fear prevents you. It fragments your energy, right? And prevents you from having joyous fun, right? Prevents you from living your life as you want it to be lived, as you know it is to be lived, right? We all get stuck, right? We all get stuck in this stuck energy. Then you start questioning people's motivations when they come in to help you. What do you want from me? What does that bitch want? She wants my dress. She wants my little black dress. Makes my ass look great. That's what she wants. Or him, that guy. That guy's just waiting. He's waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's waiting for my job. Fear, fragmented energy. We need love. People right now are so scared. All four directions, people are freaking out. And instead of embracing this beautiful shit that's happening, right? This beautiful shit that's happening. I was watching CNN today. And I was watching Fox News. Don't judge me. I like to have both. Right? One person, and this is wardrobe, might not have been him, yellow and blue tie. Holy shit, I've got yellow and blue. And I didn't even know it. See, intuitive. Right? Because we have come together in a sacred temple. A sacred temple of caring about people. It's just like that acting exercise where you get that call and that person that you right? And you let it all out. We let all that shit out, right? Y'all felt those grapes just go, right? And that python go ahead and take away, right, all that abundant negative energy that you have, right? My wife likes to use this word, victim mentality. No longer are we victims. We are victors. And that is how we have happy success. And that is how we plan and put into action. By letting go, we find true love and decrease people hiding behind masks. So we take steps and we become a loving man or a loving woman, deserving of friends and colleagues, where we become the courage to be the teacher and have a partnership and a family. Look at that. Look at that. The cards are on the table. All my cards are on the table. So let's get ready for a song. I don't know if I can do all these cards right now, but if not, we'll try. I don't know if Greg, I know Greg has a very special investigation tonight, special show. They're doing it from a different place. But here we go. Y'all ready for some songs and dancing and all that kind of jazzy jazz stuff? Here we go. Do, 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 do. We had a great night tonight. Do, 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 do. So let's go on a big note. Do, 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 do. We've had 9, 10 people watching at once. Do, 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 do. Tell me that you love me. Tell me that you care. Tell me that I'm happy. Tell me it's there. Tell me where I'm going. And tell me where to go. Listen, though, I'm gonna get up off my bed floor. Here we go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Da 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 da. Here we go. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Let's go. Friendships are awesome. They help us get along. They're the sun in the nighttime, and you know what is wrong. We got a destiny coming, and it's flying in on abundance. Because we're forgiven, we're bringing paradise back into the place. We've got a marriage of consciousness in place. We've got our present power and our professional assistants. We're going to ask for some consciousness, so we won't have a lack. We're going to bring in our manifestation and not have hidden motivations. We're going to bring in our intuition and manifest and manifest. There's a lot of cards that just fell. We're going to allow ourselves some freedom. And then we're going to bring our spirit in. We're going to have a higher self meeting of consciousness and awareness, friend. We're not going to have stuck energy. No, we're not going to have stuck energy. We're going to find our new supportive connections. Bow, bow, bow. No more dark thoughts. Do-do-do. No more dark thoughts. Do-do-do. No more dark thoughts. Do-do-do. What is all this down here? Oh, this is all the cards. Do-do-do. 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 We got friends and we got colleagues. We're gonna raise that glass, raise that flask, raise whatever serves your task. We're gonna bring in the deserving. We're gonna let go of the undeserving. We're gonna bring in the loving, man or woman, whatever serves your task. There we go. Here we go. True love is coming. True love is coming. Just learn how to let go. When you let go, you receive. When you let go, you are free. When you let go, the door's opening and you're taking plans and making action. Hey, you have the courage, and hey, you are the teacher now, and hey, you can do this. A kindred partnership is happening, friend. Here we go. There we're taking a family is a growing. There's some people up there looking out for you, saying, hey, baby, hey, my little boo, we're going to rock and roll all night and all day. We're going to rock around that clock till Sunday came. We're going to play no longer into fear. We're not going to have fragmented energy, my dear. I promise I can talk. But boom, we're going to have joyous fun and a decrease in the sadness. We're going to enjoy the waters of change and not hide behind masks. Because because we're taking steps. We're taking steps. We're getting in. Happy success. As we join the sacred temple, my friends. So take your steps, whatever direction you need. And let's end it with a fortune read. A reunion. Walks down memory lane, catching up with friends or relatives from the past. Possible return of an ex-lover or ex-friend. Right? That does not mean that you jump right into bed. That's not what that means. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this right now. That's not what that means. And that must be my wife is here. Virginia, are you here? No, she wouldn't go to the door. So, general security and familiarity is what this card indicates. Oh, she is here. People from your past may return for resolutions, closure, or emotional fulfillment. This card can actually mean a return to your birthplace for a much-needed break and some answers to questions currently on your mind. The symbol also has arisen to remind you to take more personal responsibility within relationships and embrace what you have. This card reminds us that the past is not always better, even though we like to remember it that way. Career, finances. You could be thinking of the past when you had more money, more success, more opportunities, and thinking about making changes to your life due to some uncertainty. Catching up with talented people from the past could bring new money, making ideas, or a new form of income. Hey, note to the universe. New form of income! Okay. The celebration of reunion or reunion is likely, and money-making idea could come from this or someone from the past re-entering your life. Relationships. A relationship weighs heavily on your mind. I think that all our relationships are weighing heavily on our mind, right? I mean, as you see what's going on in the Ukraine right now, I think all of our relationships, and we have just got over COVID, right? We haven't got over COVID, right? But now we're talking about war, right? And now they're blurring out the children that have fallen due to some megalomaniac, right? I'm not a politician, but that shit pisses me off. Friends or lovers from the past could return from out of the blue. What do we got? Blue. We got blue. Ukraine, yellow and blue, creating a voice. The possibility to start over with someone could create a lasting connection. I think that has to say a lot about what's going on in the world right now. I think a lot of governments, I think a lot of people are going to start taking more and listening more. Perfect experience, perfect example. If you've ever heard about the man who plays the Hulk, baby, who plays the Hulk right now? Mark Ruffalo. So Mark Ruffalo went to a premiere, right? And they told him to do Facebook Live, whatever. And probably when Facebook Live just first started and really started. And he did it. And he even says he didn't really know how to do it at the time. And so he was on there, Instagram Live, whatever it was. And he went to one of the Thor movies. And he'd put the phone up and put it back in his pocket. Right? Put that back in his pocket. And his phone just keeps going off because he had been playing the premiere in his car, in his pocket. They couldn't see anything, but they could hear. Now this is going to go back to what we're talking about, so y'all stay tuned. Active awareness. Someone just said it. Active listening. Linda, that's what you just said, right? So the fans who weren't at the premiere were like, "Oh, what's going on? Is Professor Xavier here?" Or like, I think everybody now finally is like, "Oh, who's here? Oh, right? Oh my God, right?" And at first, the character, the player, was devastated, right? He was devastated that this happened, right? He didn't know, right? How many times we done something we didn't know we did, not intentionally, wasn't on purpose. Oh, shit. I did something. I should have thought more. I should have listened more. I should have had more active awareness. I should remember what my teacher said. I should have remembered what my daddy said. I should remember what my mama said. You know, how many times did your parents say, I did not raise you to do that? And you look at him, you're like, no, you didn't. And he has, this is all on me. I did the stupid shit, not him or her, right? Friends or lovers from the past can return from out of the blue. So anyway, the next day, right? Kevin Feige, I believe. I don't want to misspeak here. Marvel head comes up to him and gives, the actor a big hug. It's like, oh my God, it's the best publicity we ever had. It was a happy accident, as we call in our business. It was a happy accident, right? People love to see shit go down. If you're not watching America's Got Talent, or American, it's got Nikki Bella, it's got Simon Cowell, one of my idols, besides McMahon. Travis, I don't know what Travis's last name is, and Terry Crews. People want to see people fail. They want to see them hurt themselves. But we also want to see them succeed. We want to see them succeed. I saw a guy on a high beam on fire. He rode a bike on fire. It was amazing, right? But it also says you can't be a one-trick pony. One of the greatest things that I've ever learned in class, I was taking a screenwriting class from a man by the name of John Hyman. And John, it's not the exact quote, but he said, don't ever sell your firstborn. Don't ever do that. Don't ever sell your firstborn when you create a screenplay. Don't do that. Sell like your redheaded stepchild twice removed. You still have to love and care for him, but you might not have to send him to college, right? That's not an exact quote. And I put a lot of colorful language in there. So don't attribute that to John, but please attribute the weight of that. When we have something we love, it's very hard to let go. And as a worker in the holistic arts, right, and the intuitive hearts of man and woman, we have to learn how to let go. We have to learn that I have shown him or her the map. If they don't adhere to the map, that is their own damn fault. Hell, that might be their own discovery. How many times have you heard about someone saying, don't go over here? Whatever you do. And what's the first thing somebody? They're going to go the fuck over there. They're going to go over there. They're going to go, I'm headed out that way. They don't want me there. I'm going to go find out why. Right? Just make sure you call the number first before you start digging, so you don't hit like my water line or the city water line or, gas line. If you are in a committed relationship, be careful on what choices you make. All right. That could be a committed relationship in job. That's what people don't understand about this kind of stuff, and they don't teach in classes. All right. So, Joshua, what I'm going to say about that is that people hear this and they don't understand the weight behind that line. So I'm going to interpret it my best ability, because we're almost done, because Ghostbox Live is coming on with Greg. Joshua says, my acting coach told me to be a bitch and eat them alive or cuddle with the teddy bear. Cuddle them like a teddy bear. So that's just two opposing forces. That's two things. And the art of storytelling, right? Like I tell my students when I haven't taught in a long time, but like I would tell my students, your parents taught you how to act. I'm going to teach you how to be a storyteller, right? We're going to build a character. We're going to create a role. We're going to prepare. If you haven't read those books by Konstantin Stanislavski, My Life in Art, as well, even if you're not an actor, you just like stories, I highly recommend My Life in Art. Highly recommend it. Unfinished business may be sorted once and for all for some. You will take many walks down memory lane and perhaps ponder on happier times, places, and events. Can't make this shit up. What did I say about expectations? But try not to get lost in the past as your life is happening around you now and you don't want to miss it. The card could see lots of family reunions and reconnections with loved ones. Okay, so a feng shui tip, it says, purchase from Chinatown or online the Chinese double happiness symbol. A double happiness keychain will help bring love and luck. This will attract your soulmate into your life by placing on your keyring. Soulmate and twin flames, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a whole thing about that later on when I have a lot more information to give you. Picture or symbol of the double happiness symbol placed in your home to attract the ultimate abundance. Again, abundance. Talking about that citrine we talked about earlier. Is perfect behind your bedroom door or office. And if you want citrine, like I said, talk to Michael Story. Also, Palette Salon. Also, Soul Synergy Rocks. Tell them Suits he sent you. Not that they're going to get you anything. And then someone was talking about rose quartz. And look at this. Holy shit. It says it here. A set of rose quartz mandarin ducks placed in the center of your home can bring back people from the past and create unions for romantic friendships or family kind. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Seth David Suits Healy. This has been the Things Network. Please stay tuned next for Greg and Ghostbox Live. Make sure you're giving all the love and light to everybody here at the Things Network. There's some things going on with some people. We need all the love and heart and love and light. Just love, 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 and light. All right. And I'm going to finish it up with a saying right here. We're just going to pull something out. During the first year, a newly married couple discovers whether they can agree with each other and can be happy. If not, they part and look for other partners. If we were to live together and disagree, we should be as foolish as the whites. Chief Blackhawk Salk. I'm just going to give another one. Poverty is the noose that strangles humility and breeds disrespect for God and man. It's a Sioux proverb. Oh, God in heaven, give me back the courage of the olden chiefs. Let me wrestle with my surroundings. Let me again, as in days of old, dominate my environment. Let me humbly accept this new culture and through it rise up and go on. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Yes, I am. Ganswuth Sahut, Chief Dan George of the Tuslu Wasishi tribe. Let me walk in beauty and make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things you have made and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Great Spirit Prayer translated by Chief Yellow Lark of the Lakota Sioux. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Sundays with Suits. I hope that you are working hard and not hardly working. Remember, when you call yourself a healer, if you have to say it, I've been there, guys. If you have to say it, be a worker and enjoy the work and be a love and a light. Like and share this video, please. I'm trying to get that traction, for everybody, myself, for us. I'm working on marketing and all that kind of stuff. My wife always, she's a genius with all that stuff. Always, you can email me sundayswithsuits@gmail.com. Follow me on the Eccentric Medium on the Instagram. I haven't got my Facebook up yet, but we're going to go there. I'm going to start having guests here too soon. So, well, Linda Judd, thank you so much for saying that. All right, it's almost 10. I got to get out of here. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Soak up that humanity, create your art, make your impact with the army of now, not the army tomorrow. No, we're the army of now, so we can change, so we can transform, so we can roll on highway, roll on along, roll on headed till you get back home. Because that's where we're going. We're headed home. Go on next to Ghostbox Live with Greg as they're doing it at a special place, at a special time right now. God bless and love you all. Uga Sooth, healing's life, and life is healing.